She seems, well, the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday, she was up under the trees up there. She was still standing, but she just looked like she was just looking for a place to go and lay down for the last time.
The temperature's normal.
Good.
You know, if there was an aspiration pneumonia, I don't know how her temperature would be that elevated. Maybe bacterial pneumonia. Right. Alright, girl, I'm gonna listen to you here.
You feel it? Yeah, sure do.
What about stool? I know she's not eating very good. She's not making much stool.
No.
Alright, one thing I find suspicious is this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with cow stomachs, but their abomasum, which is their true stomach like ours, it's their fourth stomach.
Thinking DA?
Yeah, it could be a left LDA. And the problem I have though, I get a good ping when I ping her here. But I also get a ping when I, you know, typically the abomasum lays, it lays right down here, okay, on the right side on the ventrum. And when they go through an event like a hypocalcemia or retained placenta or just anything post-calving, typically you see it in a big dairy with a high ration and whatnot.
Right. Scalerosucks is coming.
Abomasum can slip up here onto this side. And
we were looking into that, and I couldn't. I have no experience to see.
Right, and but the hard deal is I do hear a ping, because the way you figure that out is generally you draw a line from the elbow to the hip, and you put your stethoscope right in here. Somewhere in this region, if the abomasum's flipped up, then you'll hear a distinct ping, like a beach ball or something that's really tight with air, and you hit it like this. And I may let you listen to this in a second, but my only hesitation is typically with a distinct DA, you hear it here. But when I ping her here, I still get that noise. Sometimes rumen gas, you got me?
Can cause the same.
Yeah, and so you can have rumen gas sitting from here up, and when I ping it, it has a distinct ping, and then your kind of mind saying, well, is it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But what it can do, it can cause a cow to go off feed, scant stool, but it doesn't typically cause a respiratory issue. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm a little trouble, because we don't have a fever, but we are kind of thumping to breathe, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a little confusing as well. So
I'm glad you said that, because that was kind of confusing to me too.
it is, because typically most cows don't get pneumonia like that calf or that calf, you know.
Right.
Those guys, that's what they die of generally, is pneumonia. Cows typically pretty resilient to pneumonia, and so it's a little puzzling. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So see if you can see that. But you hate to do that to a cow that's not feeling well if she's not. You know, we've done a little work for Brahms over the years as far as going up and cutting DAs for them. The hired hands are really good up there about she's a DA, you know. And I always listen before I cut them. Some of those cows we go in and we still don't find the DA. You know, probably 90% of them we do.
Right.
And so, but I'm just that doesn't cause a labored breathing. Okay,
Right.
it just causes her. It doesn't really make her sick. It just makes her, well, I don't feel like eating much. I'm not going to produce much milk.
Right.
And she holds this cow.
I'm gonna say 7. I don't.
7. I mean, she fit the age and she fit the timing of it. You know. When did she go off feed?
Pretty much right away with the milk fever.
Right away.
Yeah, and she ate one day, but not enthusiastically. She ate a little bit of alfalfa, and here and there she'll take a handful of sweet feed or a handful of wheatgrass, and that's just about it.
Okay. When you bought this cow from those folks down there, do they have a big dairy down there, or?
No, not a big dairy. He, as I understand, he used to have a big dairy, but he's pretty much retired, and he just buys.
Well, I don't convince myself of a DA.
Okay.
And I palpate a rectum. When I palpate a rectum, I'm going in, I'm trying to feel the uterus. Okay. Uterus is something that looks like this. A little bit bigger version of this. Left horn's involuted, which means it's kind of shrunk up. Right horn still kind of feels full. When I grab that uterus and try to strip it, if they have a metritis, you can get fluid to come out.
Right.
Which I did. But
we looked at her for possible metritis, and I couldn't see that she had any
discharge
symptoms.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But her right side of her uterus, she calved a week and a half ago, still a little big. Once that uterus is this big organ, once they calve, it just slowly contracts.
Right.
It helps push things out, all the fluids and whatnot. And still, I can't get her right horn there. But you'll have to help pull that calf, or?
No. We came out and checked her like 6 in the evening, and we figured she's going to calve sometime tonight. 8:30 we came out, and she had the calf on the roof up there cleaning it up.
You're thinking sick cow post-calving, right around fresh, metritis, milk fever, which you've already had one. But when she's up, she ought to be back to normal,
Yeah, that's what we understood.
Mastitis, when she doesn't have mastitis. She's not even running a fever, which is really strange with her breathing,
Right, yeah.
So, could she have aspiration? Could she have gotten some of that in her? Maybe, but when I listen to her chest, I don't hear a lot of rough sounds or anything. I do not.
Yeah. And again, I'll say it's absolutely possible we sure could have got some in her lungs. I never heard her struggle or cough or anything like that.
I would think you would have, though. I mean, that's just me, though. But I'm trying to go through my mind what could be causing all this. So. Full base, so it's going to want to leak just a little bit here. I poked it twice. It's a drug that came out, I don't know, 15 years ago, but the label used to be it was given here.
Oh, really?
Sub-Q in the ear. No.
That's bad, Rosie.
Yeah, just don't let her bang you there. Okay, we're still in. I'm going to use this bottle here. So did you guys give this in the vein, that calcium the other day, or?
No, we just measured the CMPK.
She got up, huh?
Yeah. It took her from morning until almost the next morning before she got up. And we did miles up the road that his wife used to run a big dairy in Iowa. And so when she went down, the first thing that she said was, "You need to do this and get started." Her husband didn't help.
Sweet cow, man. I wish all our patients were like this.
I can imagine. No flying hooves this time.
And if people call and say they got a cow standing out here, they don't have a chute, I think, oh my goodness.
I could have. She was twitching right in here, twitching her muscles after I gave
So
it to
when
her.
you gave it in a pretty good spot, really, but right here behind there, or preferably right in here, okay? The muscles of that leg lay right here, you know, and I give it sometimes behind that shoulder, but I try to just give it under the skin there, so, which she's moving around, it's kind of hard to do, but did she kind of act like it burned her when you gave it to her?
She didn't like it too much. She kind of jumped